What's up, guys? My name's Kane. Those of you who don't know me, I created ZombieCraft with a couple friends, and it's been a while since I've made a video or really talked to anyone about what's going on with ZombieCraft and my life and how everyone's doing. So that's pretty much what this video is all about. So first of all, we did stop making ZombieCraft. We discontinued the production of it. We had bigger plans for the idea, and we decided we really wanted to break away from Minecraft itself. I know that you guys really liked it, and believe me, I've gotten some pretty interesting hate mail for the fact that we stopped updating it. But I do have some other news for you guys. So first of all, while I was working on ZombieCraft, I was working somewhere else as a interactive designer. That's what I am by trade. And just the beginning of January, the company went under, and so I got laid off. And suddenly I came into an abundance of time. I decided to start some new projects. So myself and Eric have decided that we want to kind of continue the dream of ZombieCraft, but in kind of a different perspective. So that's what you see on my screen right now. For those of you who aren't familiar with the art style, it's called voxel, and what it is, it's just the encumbrance of lots of different little blocks that make up shapes that you can identify with. So the idea and the premise here is that we're gonna make a game out of voxels, kinda like ZombieCraft, not exactly the same, because we definitely want to make it our own. We want it to be our thing instead of like what we were doing before. Yeah, so the game is gonna be called DeadHope. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, you knew that I was starting a game called DeadHope a few months ago, but it was really 3D and it was very, very detail oriented, and the reason why I can't do that anymore is because I lost my job and I can no longer pay our modeler. He was a really cool guy. His name was Peter, and he's actually a ex-3D modeler for the company THQ. It's not like I'm not working with him anymore. It's just that his talent requires money that I don't have. And I really don't want to start asking money from you guys, because that's just not kind of how an indie game works. I don't want to start begging you guys for money so I can continue the production of a game that might not even come into fruition. So that's what the idea behind this is that we're going to create a game that we're not going to need to start spending a whole lot of money on. We're just going to create something that's fun to play and fun to work with. And so here are some zombies, just pretty basic. They're only kind of like a prototype as of now. They might not be the final deal, but I do like the template of the guy, and I was working with it a little more over here, and I've got 3 other little blank canvases to work with over there. As you can see, I created a little guy right here. He kind of looks like he's in a cup though, which I'm not sure if I quite like that yet. But the idea here is that even though I am the one who is doing a lot of the designs here, I really would love to see what you guys as in the community can come up with. I'm gonna fork all this stuff over to you. As you can see up here, it's the Cubicle Constructor. It's a free voxel editor, or at least the very base platform of it is. That's what I'm working with right now. I'm gonna give you guys all the files, such as this one, that lets you create your own little guys. All you have to do is click it, go up to modify, resize it, give yourself some more space to work with on the guy, and then start just plopping down blocks. And I'm really curious as to see what you guys can come up with. Another thing is this window right here. You've got the blank canvas, and today I made like a little pistol sort of gun, and I'll try and zoom in on it more. It's working with voxels is actually extremely interesting, because it's nothing like pixel art, because that right there is almost like an 8x10 image that you would make in pixel art, which is extremely small, but you have a whole nother dimension to work with. So you can work with depth, which I find really cool. So I have a couple more little boxes here that you guys can plop guns into and test them out in the hands. I think it'd be fun if you guys made some, and you can send them to me over Twitter and I'll take a peek at them. Obviously, if you create anything and we decide to use it, we'll ask for your permission and we'll give you all of the credit for it. But I just thought it might be fun if we did some like community contributions, kind of like Team Fortress does, where they let people submit ideas for hats and then they'll sell the hats. But at the moment it's only in concept art. Eric is working out the basic kind of mechanism for the game. We're gonna kind of create it from scratch this time, so we're not working with an engine. We don't have any of those overhead costs. But at the moment, that's all I can really think of. If you do have any more questions, you can of course hit me up on Twitter, and I almost always get back to any question that is new and that hasn't been answered like a million times, such as when's the game coming out? Because to be honest guys, I don't really know when the game's going to come out. We kind of work on as when we have time, and we try and work on as much as we can. But in truth, both Eric and I have lives that we need to tend to. But that's pretty much it. I'll leave our website in the description, as well as the link to my Twitter. I think Eric has a Twitter too. I'll be sure to put that up. And until next time, that's it. See you guys.